All right, the day has finally come. The brand new Highland Home models are ready in my neighborhood of Meridiana, and my people said, hey, come and check us out. So that's what we are doing today. We have the brand new 65-foot model, a brand new 50-foot model, as well as a model for the 40s. And I want y'all to be some of the first ones to know because they haven't even unveiled the brand new model home park yet. That'll be happening later in February. So I wanted y'all to be the first ones to know. I'm super excited about this one because this is actually probably the #2 selling model that I have been selling for Highland over the last few years. It's the 224 model, and for the last few years, as this one has started to take off, I've had to send people all the way from my neighborhood to like all the way over there in Cypress just so they can see it. But now I have this one in my neighborhood, so I'm super excited about that. But without further ado, let's hop into the video for today. All right, so first things first, we're up in 65-foot section for Highland Homes, and this is different because for so many years we've been touring the 222 plan, but now we're going to check out the brand new 224. Gorgeous. So this is another one of those plans that I have sold a lot of because this one has so much variety when it comes to how you can customize this one and configure it. I've seen it where this is just storage, and I had clients that actually turn this into a sauna. I've seen it where this bathroom is over here and then the bedroom is not connected. There's been so many variations. I've seen this as a 6-bedroom. I've seen this as a big 4-bedroom. I've seen this as so many different variations that it's not even funny. And so for my people that aren't quite in love with the 222 plan, which I think the 222 plan is one of the best floor plans for a big family that needs a 5-bedroom. But some people think it's a little bit too cookie cutter. This one gives you that pizzazz in a different way. So I've always been a fan of this one. And when we get in the family room, I think you'll see why it's so unique and so different from the 222 that so many of y'all have loved and bought as inventory. I would imagine that this will become the new inventory king over here in this section. But yeah, just vibes out the gate. This would normally be your 3-car tandem garage. If you were to get on oversized, I believe you can configure this one to be a 4-car if you had an oversized lot. This connects to your closet. So we'll see that on the other side. In Cypress and Bridgeland, this is, I think they have it staged as like a piano room, but I've seen this as a second office. I've seen this as another bedroom, as it is in dining like now. I've seen it used as like a secondary flex or media space. I've seen it, like I said, it's so many different versions that I've sold around Houston. And so it's always interesting to see what someone is going to do with it. But for my people where both parents work at home, this has been awesome because they've almost always converted this to a second office. Then you slide into what my baby Panamera plan is inspired by with this walk-through kind of kitchen. I actually like that it's framed and has the lower ceiling because it gives the drama to what we're about to pan to here in a second. We got the hutch over here. And this one just feels warm and inviting. Not my normal villain aesthetic. Decent sized pantry, but really what it is just a beautiful home that is great for entertainment. Do one more pan of this kitchen and then we'll show you why. And then This opens up into a holy cathedral. Now, for the people that are just like, it's not, I want a formal dining or whatever, right? That's what that space was for. But for the people that want to be all connected, and you got upstairs access, and then you just got this vibe. Just an absolute vibe, man. And from the moment I saw this plan, I was like, oof, love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Because it gives you all the spaces, man. It gives you your secluded office in the back, which is different. Most of the offices in these style homes are up front. And so you're either gonna get that street traffic or noise from the neighbors and the cars and the passerbyers. So having it tucked off in the back, and then how this frames up with how this house sits, it gives you that little secluded back patio that we're about to go check out here in a second. Got a media room down. I'm a fan of a media room down because most of your secondary bedrooms are usually up. And so if you're a movie enthusiast, if you really want to have the surround sound blasting, but it's next door to your kid's bedroom, that's not really a vibe. So I've always enjoyed that this one was down low. And it's a little bit different. That does share the same DNA as the Highland Homes Plan 222, because that was one of the first ones that I would see that had the media room down, where a lot of your Weston Homes, your Perry Homes, and Newmarks, they all have the media room up next to the secondary bedrooms. Highland Homes was one of the first ones that I saw to make that shift, to bring it downstairs, and I've always just loved that. Now, we are so early in this model home park that we don't have power, so I'm gonna apologize in advance. It probably might be legit, it might be too loud out there because that generator is booming right now. Oh my goodness, that generator is booming. So I'm gonna run you out there just so you can see the space. I might end up needing to mute this part just because it's too blaring, but I just wanted to let you know, okay? So go check out the outside that is framed up by your office on that side and your bedroom behind us. Let's go check it out. Gives that two-story vibe, which I love. Gotta have a slider, but nothing too crazy, man. It just gives you a nice size patio. They show you what you could do with the indoor-outdoor feel. This is not an oversized lot, so it's definitely showing you a true representation of what you can get space-wise. Your pool could be about from where the generator is. It would be a little bit narrower, but it would be from about where these bushes are to about where that little plant is over there, right? So it's cool to see. Lovely. Lovely, lovely. I'm a fan. Back into civilization. So, storage. This house is the house of storage and spaces, okay? We got little closets and little knickknacks and places that you can put stuff everywhere in this house. And so a lot of my client family that have 3 kids, they get this one. For the ones that have 2 kids, they usually get the 222. For those that have 3 kids already, they're like 100% on getting this 224 plan because you can configure it so well to just fit your family's needs. Of course, you got to have the bump out. It's a must. This is a nice size room, but I think adding that bump out just makes it that much nicer. Peekaboo shower. You looking at them, they looking at you. Everybody's happy, man. Everybody's all right. But yeah, they went super earthy on this one. They went super warm. Definitely inviting. Darker wood. I like it. And then this connects to your laundry. This is us seeing it from the other side that we passed by a little bit earlier. Now we're gonna cut on through, make our way upstairs so you can see what you're getting in this brand new 224 plan. As you roll up, mirroring basically the space down here, continuing that great entertainment space. Great for entertainment. This will be homeschool galore for us. I've seen this room configured as an additional bedroom, but standard, I believe it is an attic space. So as you see all of this room back here, you can definitely modify that to your needs. For the Peekaboo crew, shout out to y'all, man. Beautiful. More storage. Little baby Peekaboo. For the kids being nosy. And they have this configured as your full bath over here. I've seen this split up and made into a flex space. I've seen this separated into two different rooms. It looks like they went with a combination of, well, we'll see when we get in the next room over there if they made that comparable to the extended living for the 222 plan. But this is a great size. And I already know I'm gonna get that question. What's it? Why you keep saying 222, 224? These are plan names by Highland Homes. And so this one isn't quite as big as the oversized 222 extended living plan, but it's doing what it needs to do. Good size closet. And what's this? More storage? Or yeah, more storage. All right, so now I gotta come through and count because I think I am down. No, I'm not down a room. Yeah, I think I'm down a room. So let me come through and count. So we're in one room, bed 2. Got the flex. We don't have a 5th right there. So this might be the big 4-bedroom version that they did over here. Interesting. Interesting. But let me just verify before I say that. Yeah, because that's your garage. That is guest bed. That's 3. And we making our way. We got the primary 4, yeah. So this is, as I've said before, I've seen this as many as 6 beds. It looks like Adam has chosen to do his model as the big 4-bedroom option, which is interesting. And me and him, we'll have to have a talk about that. But yeah, let me go grab the pricing so we can talk about what this new phase is going to look like over here, pricing wise. And then I don't really think it's necessary to say incentives right now. If you were to buy something right now, the incentives are kind of crazy on a build. I think they're giving up to like $100K in flex cash right now, whether you use that for closing costs or off of the design, or up to structural upgrades. You can kind of use that however you want. Okay, so 224, they have that as a base 4-bedroom here, kind of like the 222. Starting at $665. That's one of the lowest 224 plan base prices that I've seen in Houston. And so to get it to add actually, I'm gonna go play on the board. Let me see if their board is up so we can look at some of the options that you can do on this plan. And we'll probably have to have Adam kind of run through it just so we can see it and be a pro at it. But let me see, let me test my skills out. I've been out here and I've been over here a lot. Let's see if we can test it out. So this would be some of the options. So you could do a bedroom instead of the formal. So that would be an option like that. Upstairs, you could do bedroom with lifestyle. Yeah, you got a few different options and variations based on what I've seen done in the past. You could add a 6-bedroom up there. So yeah, all the stuff, that was the one that I mentioned off of that stair door upstairs, right? So you do have some of the most flexibility to get this thing to look however you basically want it to look. To get it to a 5-bedroom from where it is right now, you would probably be in the $680-ish price point, give or take. Get it to a 6, you're probably closer to a 7 as a base, and then moving from there to do all the other upgrades, your sliders, your upgraded kitchens, and all that other stuff, right? So great pricing. Still, if you want a big Highland home, 65 foot, this is going to be the most affordable and luxury community that you can get a big Highland home in. And that's going to be at all footprints from the 40s, the 50s, and the 65s. This is going to be the most affordable neighborhood for Highland Homes. And so you could probably get this house, man, like $750 would probably be doing a lot, and you would just get this house to damn near look better than a model home. Okay, it's just starting at such a great price that it's hard to mess this one up unless you just go and do way too much. But in all honesty, I think $750, $775 is pushing it. You should never touch $800 on this house, just because the standard things that you can get at the design center are just going to be nice enough. Just being honest, the without upgrading too much, going to like level 1, level 2, you'll have really pretty things. But yeah, that is the 224. I would imagine that this becomes, like I said, the new inventory goat over here in this neighborhood alone. I've definitely probably sold, I think I've sold like 10 222s over here. And so with this being the model, I would imagine that he's going to start printing these out as his inventories, and I would imagine that that shifts a little bit to the 224, okay? But yeah, that is a beautiful first start, but we got more Highlands to see. All right, up next is the brand new 50-foot model. This is the Surrey plan. see how it makes you feel. Off to the left on this one, we have a guest room. Tall ceilings, which I love. Got a closet in here, but they got that closet hiding in this series. Good size, so it's in the bathroom with everything else. Love when this room has its own ensuite. This would normally be your garage. So if you have an oversized, you'd be able to 3-car wide it, 3-car tandem it. You'd have some options on it. Laundry is a little bit separate and up front. And this would normally be the door off of your garage right there. Okay. Wing to the right. Half bath. So your guests don't have to be in your bedrooms doing their business. Good sized room. So you got step-in shower. Super good for that older parent or somebody that's gonna come live with you, so they don't have to step over a tub face to get in there. Really nice, really nice. Let's go over to this wing. Now this one is stepping into the territory of the, looks like we might have lost some lights over here. So let's see. It's like one of the circuits is off. We're still gonna make it work. So it looks like this one is stepping into the territory of the Kingston. And for those of y'all that aren't new, y'all know I love a Kingston plan. It's a 50-foot wide product that you can get to, it's one of the most affordable routes to make something that looks kind of like a 60-foot home, in that you get all the spaces that you need. So you'll get your, yeah, they must have lost a circuit in here. Still good to see all the natural light that you get without power in there. But yeah, you get the movie room. It's rare. You get the movie room, you get the office, you get the 4 bedrooms, right? You pretty much get it all. And then to me, it's just depending on how you furnish it and what you do to it, it feels way bigger than the number would suggest, right? Because on paper, I think it's, with all the added spaces, I think at its biggest, it's like 2,400 square feet, if that. That's probably pushing it. And it's one of those ones where I'll say 2,400 to someone and they'll be like, oh, that sounds too small. And I'm like, just go put eyes on it. Trust me, just go put eyes on it, see how you feel about it. And I would say 75% of the time I bring them into something like this, it changes how they look at other 50-footers, because it's like, with more square footage, why didn't you do 4 beds, an office, a game room, right? Why didn't you do that? And this is one of the best uses of space, in my opinion. And this is the new model that they brought to the area to give it a little bit more wow factor. We're about to pan into the family room here in a little bit and see if it does it for you. I haven't sold one of these yet because some of the best deals have been on Jay's Kingston plans and inventory, and some of his Oxford plans, I think, is the other one that I've sold the most for. sold some Brentwoods as well. But I think this is gonna be one of those plans that people come in from now on and just look at this and they're just like, yeah, this is doing it. This is doing it. Beautiful. Now I'm gonna try to convince him to do the sliders and all of that jazz. So people aren't getting catfished. I'm gonna try to convince him to do that, but we'll see if I win or lose that battle on his inventory. But this, great use of space. Again, I like how Highland kind of does their little tuck-offs to almost encase their kitchens and frame it in a way to where it opens up to the entertainment, so you can have that true open concept entertainment space sort of vibe. Always been a fan of that. I think the Kingston did a great job of doing that as well. Of just how they had it oriented. Oriented? I'm gonna go with oriented. Don't judge me, y'all. Don't judge me. Beautiful. But yeah, one of the trade-offs for being a 50-foot, but I like how they have it in the back. Got this hutch back here. I believe, I want to say, and I'll confirm this when Jay's back in. I believe that this is an add. Normally this would just be drywall. So you wouldn't have this cabinetry unless you added the hutch. I love that we got the sliders off the back. If you got the budget to do it, you might as well do it. Now don't be catfished by this. This is a oversized lot. Now, why they gave Jay this big ass lot and gave my guy Adam a regular lot, who knows, right? That's just how these model homes go. So when you come here and you tour this home and you're in love, don't you dare out of your mouth say to me, Aaron, I want it with that much land. It ain't gonna happen. This is catfish, all right? Don't be catfished by it, okay? Don't let it happen to you. You've been warned. You're not gonna get one on this size lot, this size width lot that is this big outside of the model. So wait 5 years and then we'll have this conversation, okay? Normally, your lot is probably gonna stop about where my finger is. So you'll be probably about 15 or so. Actually, you see where that yellow flag is? That's about where your normal lot is gonna stop. If you got an oversized, you might get one more, pick it to like there. That extra 10 feet that you're getting back there, that's just catfish, okay? It's gonna be very rare. Now, one thing that I do know is that Jay did get oversized lots width-wise going further. So even though this is a 50-foot plan, he has, majority of his lots are 55-foot wide. And so that has allowed him to bring in plans that weren't as popular in the Houston metro because we didn't have a lot of 55-foot wide sections here in Houston. And so they've brought a lot of plans from the Dallas and the Austin areas where they are super successful at that width, and they brought them here to his section. So where they used to have these plans that had numbers to them that were smaller, and then over the last few years, you noticed that they brought in plans that had names associated with them. He kind of has a mix of both right now because they're playing with plans that are a little bit bigger than this section should be able to have, just due to the width. But because he's on oversized lots, you can do that. The other benefit of that is because he's on lots that are typically a little bit wider than he should probably have, he can normally do a bump out. So if you want to have a 3-car wide, or if you want to have that extra storage bump out, you can normally do it with his plans because you are on technically a little bit of an oversized lot, okay? So catfish this, yes. With, he's doing some magic on his side. He's got a little bit of an advantage in that way, okay? But I have had some people build some houses in some cul-de-sac lots and they are oversized, and so they could do a true 3-car wide, which is not common on a 50-foot product. You usually have to be 60, 65 foot wide to be able to get that on an oversized, but in this instance you can, because he's already playing with some oversized lots. It just depends on what that specific lot width and requirements are, okay? So back to the house. More storage linen. That almost looks like a backup to that pantry, just with how they have that with the shelves in there. And coming to this really lovely sized primary. Bump out is a must on all plans, in my opinion. If you got it on the primary, it's a must. It's a good sized room, but it just adds that extra 3 or 4 feet. I'm in here, separate tub, shower, dual vanity. Where you handle your business at. Good size little linen. And good little closet, man. The one, I would say, drawback on the 50s, the one drawback on most of the 50 plans that I've seen for Highland is that where some of the other builders may do a connection between the primary closet and to the laundry, most of the plans that I've seen, at least in person, have had the laundry kind of tucked up from the front, so you kind of gotta haul your clean and your dirty through the house, which is not the most ideal, but it is what most builders do on a 50-foot plan. It just so seems that I would say the majority of the luxury builders have found a way to orient their plans to give you that connected laundry to make it feel like a bigger home than it is, but I'll deal with that sacrifice. So we have stuff as small as 2,200 or 2,100 square feet is the smallest one story, and that's going for about $450 base. On the big end, we have the Hanford plan, which I don't think I have seen before, but that's going up to over 3,000. Again, I think his number is stretching because he's getting some of those oversized plans from other places. So the moment I see that he has a Grafton or a Hanford or any of these other plans that I've just never seen before, you will be the first to see it, because I have a pretty weird memory when it comes to model homes and just things that I've seen. And so I know I've seen the Cambridge. I've had clients build the Cambridge. I know the Middleton, that used to be the popular 2-story model home. The Richmond is another one that people like. I think the Cambridge is actually the model in Ellison, if I'm remembering correctly. But like this Elmhurst, this Grafton, this Hanford, these are all plans. The Fordham, these are all plans I've never seen in person. And so the moment he has any in inventory, I'm going to make sure that you see them, and I hope he does. I'm hoping that he does them well and to the standard I expect from Jay. So they'll do well, they'll show well, and hopefully we can get y'all some amazing deals. But I think we got one more to see. All right, this one has been causing a little bit of a stir in my side of town. People have been asking about this floor plan for so long now, and we finally have it finished. And I hope y'all love it. I think that y'all are. It's kind of stealing from some of that DNA of playing into a little bit of a bigger field. It's gonna give you a little bit of a little spiral staircase. It's gonna give you some touches and some feels from the 50-foot plan that we haven't seen from the Highland 40s. But let me see what y'all think. All right. Last but not least, people. The Everly plan stole my heart all those years ago. I remember seeing it for the first time. I was like, yeah, one day I'll have me a little Everly plan. And it looks like Highland has come to do a brand new plant for y'all for the neighborhood. You're seeing the change up already. So this is a different look and vibe from the Everly plan that we've been used to for the last few years. This would of course be your garage. Still got that wow factor coming in. Place to put a little Christmas tree. Come in here. And again, that theme of having that framed in kitchen, I personally really like it. I like it a lot. I think it sets the tone for what the spaces are. Then you get the soft little elegant touches that only Highland's gonna give you, like they give you. And then you can glam it out. You can have cabinets to the top. And do all the things. Beautiful. But it looks like, yeah, I thought they had some rooms back here. So good sized little room. You can see full size bed with these full size furniture decor in here. So it's good to see size wise, and it's great to see finished. I came through probably about a month ago and it was still rough in here, so you couldn't quite get a sense of the size of this thing. But in my mind, I was like, this feels like it's damn near the same size as our house in the 50s. And so we'll verify what add-ons that they did with my guy Terrence while I got them. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. So same kind of vibes as what the Everly did with the window wall behind you, framed up nicely. You do have the dining space floating in the middle, but even still, I think it's a beautiful use of space. Terrence told me that this was a modification to give you more pantry space in here, so you have kind of like a split storage from this one around the corner. You also have this one over here as well. Gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous. We come through and check out the back patio. Good size. This is about what you can expect on a normal size patio. Sometimes they'll do the little bump outs and add more concrete or stone going that way. Again, catfish lot, don't be fooled by it. Your lots on this one will probably stop more times than not at this good neighbor fence. On a oversized, you'll typically get one more, but this is gonna be catfish. Don't be catfish. Don't let it be you, guys. Don't let it be you. But yeah, on these, if you wanted to do gas or have like outdoor kitchen prep, they would probably put it either on this column or this column. Typically they do it away from the bedroom, so it will be on this column. It doesn't look like they have it prepped for that on this model, but it is available to you. And then that vibe is just, this is like a mix of like the Lincoln, the Everly. It's like 2 or 3 plans that just come to mind when I see what this one is doing, and I think it's beautiful. Didn't do a bump out on this one. I would imagine that that is a plan option, because that's pretty standard for Highland to give that as a plan option on all of their footprints. Beautiful. Dual vanity, separate tub shower, where you do your business, tucked off in the back. size closet. This closet is actually bigger than the 50-foot closet that we just left. It's almost like they had a little closet separated and they made this whole space into one. That's what it kind of looks like from a design standpoint. What we got here, we got linen. But yeah, so we got 2 beds down, no office. So I wonder if that bed would be an office. Let's see if we can find some spaces that kind of manipulate this a little bit better to give you more options on this one. Good deal, because that's right, we just had 1 bed and a bath here, right? We didn't have another. Yeah, this would be your garage door normally. Okay. Let's see. All right. Slide on up, slide on up. I really think that's beautiful, that spiral staircase in the 40s. Peekaboo crew off your front door. This is the view here. Beautiful 40. Oh my goodness, it's a beautiful 40. Beautiful. Give me this little rotunda vibe. Walk on through to the back. Come through and we have good sized guest room, our secondary bedroom. More storage. Come through here, we got a semi Jack and Jill. And walk through it because it's not connected. So you do your business. Tub shower on this one. We got 2 vanities. So it looks like with how big this wall is, it looks like this could be connected potentially. But they didn't. Instead, we got it separate. But now I'm very curious. So this is a really good sized closet, but it's not connected to a bath. Now, those of y'all been following me for a while. Oh, this is wide open. So I'm already knowing that this could be another room. This could be a movie room. You got so much room for opportunities up here to do some cool stuff on this plan. And even if you did it after the fact, I know a guy. Now that would be less ideal because you're going through a closet on this one. Let me see if we go back to the main game room. So this looks like it's framed off of here. So maybe it would be cool to have a opening here, like a little Murphy door or something to give you access into that attic space. But just looking at this looks like this is all attic behind you, right? And so for those of y'all that were following the channel for a while, you know that we did a little bit of a project in our secondary garage where we added a movie room after the fact. So if you need a guy, I got a guy, Julio. He'll take care of you. Just let me know, shoot me a text, do whatever you gotta do, get in touch with me, and I'll get you Julio's info. But this is an absolutely beautiful plan. They got a couple people in there talking to the sales team right now, so I'm gonna push pause on y'all so we don't hear their convo, and then we'll pull out a little price sheet and we'll talk about that. All right, so got some updates on the plans. We'll get out of their way so they can talk business. I don't want to hate on my Highland Homes family. They take such great care of me and my clients. I am a Highland Homes Card Care and Hold member. For those of y'all that ain't new, me and my wife have a Highland home, and we just love how they look and how they are designed, how they're laid out. We just love Highland Homes. I don't want to hate on them in any way, shape, or form, but I want to give y'all some updates. So new sections, we're going to have pricing starting in like the mid threes, and this plan is the Lexington plan, and it works its way up to 413 base currently. It's about 2,600 square feet, which is right around what my Panamera plan is base before you start doing modification. Now, I think you can get the Panamera plan up to like 28 to 29 because we have a lot of big attic spaces that you can do stuff like what we did in it. But the norm is going to be pretty close to this. So you would get a little bit more width on the base plan of the house that we own. But in terms of space, it's damn near like foot for foot about the same thing, okay? So this is, and what I've been shown today on the 50 and the 40s at least, is that Highland Homes is definitely playing into bigger plans and giving you as much bang for your buck. And in this neighborhood of Meridiana, you are gonna get some of the best pricing per square footage. I don't think you'll see this plan for this low as a base in any other places in Houston that would offer it, at least at this time. I just haven't seen it. So if you have any questions at all in terms of pricing, incentives, right now, I think Highland Homes on this footprint is doing 50% off up to, I wanna say it's like 75K. And so that's not just given to you at once. How it works is you would still have to put down a 50% deposit. So let's say you go to the design center, you spend 50K, you would be expected to give a 50% deposit after that, but you would be reduced in price by half. So basically what you paid for, you've paid for all of your things up front. That's just kind of how it will work, okay? And so you could technically get double the amount of upgrades right now for half off. Right? You could, that's just kind of what they got. That's going to change throughout the year. Right now, that's pretty good because I've seen some of the latest pricing for some of their design center things, and some things have gone up. Some things have come down, like sliders have come down, but some of the things like flooring and other items have gone up a little bit. So I think that will help offset, but still, even on like a $20,000 to $30,000 budget for something like this, on this size, I think will do a long way. You'll have a really nice kitchen, you'll have really nice flooring, you'll have an upgraded bathroom, and that'll pretty much take care of everything else from that point on. You're just playing with your money at that point to make the secondary spaces look nice, when I would argue that it would probably be wiser, instead of financing that and paying a higher price up front, getting the contractor, getting your own Julio. If you don't have one, hit me up. Like I said, I'll give you my guy to do some stuff after the fact. I'm always going to tell you that inventory is going to be the best deal. That's because it just is. That's going to be the opportunities where in neighborhoods like this, where you see these upgraded homes come down to around base price, and that's just the sign of times and sign of things getting more expensive, interest rates still being what they are. The more available and more ready you are to make a decision, the better deal you're going to get. But if you're type A, like a lot of my clients are at a certain price point, if you're type A and there's some stuff that you know that you just got to put your hands on and got to lay out and pick the designs and go ground up, let's see what we can do to make it as attainable for you and within your budget as possible. But that is the video for the day. So as a Highland Homes Card Care and Hold member, we saw 65 foot, 50 foot oversized, and in the 40s as an oversized plan. They're gorgeous. Incentives are crazy right now for bills and pretty nice for inventory. But man, is that enough for you? I love Highland Homes. One of the beautiful things about being in this neighborhood is that we have so many builders. I believe we actually have 22 model homes. There's 2 new builders that are going to be revealing themselves here pretty soon. Beezer and Imagination Homes, they're just starting to break ground on their models. And so I love that we have so much variety, and I love that one of my favorite, if not my favorite, I'm a little biased. Like I said, I'm a Highland Homes Card Care and Hold member. I'm a little biased. One of my favorite builders has some of the most variety in themselves layout wise as well as some of the best pricing in my neighborhood. That's a recipe for me for bringing more of y'all to my little town of Meridiana. But that's the video for the day. You've been watching this video now for close to an hour. Call, text, email, carrier pigeon. The best way to get in touch with me is going to be on the screen. I'll do a QR code as well as my number. You've probably seen it flash 10 or 15 times now. Now I know with how pretty these are, I'm gonna have to bring Chandler and my wife Marissa out here to check this out, because I think they're gonna be like, man, I used to love the Everly, but this is a crazy plan. And on that one story, it's gonna be like, I like the Kingston, but I think that Surrey is a crazy plan. And I already know that she loves the 224. And so we'll probably do, once everybody's open for the big dogs, we'll probably do a battle of you guys' favorite builders, where we go and check out Drees, we go and check out Weston, we're gonna check out Newmark, Highland, all in Perry, all in one day, just to see who y'all vote as the #1 new model home in Meridiana. But we got great pricing, variety of layouts, in one of the best neighborhoods closest to Houston right now with brand new models. And you got a guy that has sold more than anybody in this neighborhood that can get you a deal, no matter whether you're building or you're in inventory. But is that enough for you? Come check out my people over here at Highland.